Well, let me say good evening to you, one and all. I pray that you had a good day. I pray that all went well and that even right now you are just relaxing and resting um, so that you can be prepared for tomorrow. For tomorrow is a glorious day. And the reason I say it's a glorious day is because any day that God blesses you, any day that God provides for you is a glorious day. And so I just had a little tidbit that I'm going to share with you. I know it's going to take a minute or so for people to get on. Due to the fact that, it wasn't announced and I didn't put anything out there, though I said earlier that I was going to share a little something with you. And let me do this here. Hey, Monica, how are you? Good to see you this evening. And what's up, Brittany? Pray that you're doing well and all is well with you. Had something fascinating that I'm going to share with you. Brandon, good to see you this evening. And I'm going to... Yes. We're praying for the Rance Allen family in the passing of Bishop Allen. And we know that has been a major blow to the family and to the Church of God in Christ family as well. So we're praying. Hey, Daryl, how are you? Good evening, Minister Faye. How are you this evening? I'm going to wait a couple of more minutes, to get the little notifications out if people aren't really busy to be able to come on board. Carletta, how are you this evening? Carolyn, how are you? Good to see you. Dr. Scott, good to see you this evening. I had something that I was going to share. Cecile, how are you? And as I went over it, and I went over it, and the next thing you know, there's an amazing part of this passage that caught my attention. It really was not what I had in mind. It was not what I had pre-planned. Hey, Debbie, how are you? But I pray that once I share it with you that it's a blessing. I hope it blesses you like it blessed me. So I'm going to wait about another minute or so, and then I'm going to share this. That way everybody can go back to what they were doing. Daryl, I got a question for you. You're supposed to do 10 set of stairs in the morning and 10 set of stairs in the afternoon. And let me tell you, my friend, them stairs tore me up. And I guess I thought that I could just jump up and do the 10 and come back down and do the 10. No. I have to repace myself. Hey, Robin, how are you? And I believe happy birthday to you. And all of that good stuff. But I tell you what it did. Good. I tell you what it did. When I tell you you would have never thought stairs Gina, how are you? You would have never thought stairs would make you perspire like that. I knew stairs would get your heart rate going, but my God. And then after that, I did my 10 minutes on my stationary bike. Shirley, how are you? And Debbie, I'm telling you, all I'm ready to do now is the last part. That's put my feet up. But I got to check because I didn't check. I only have 4,000 steps, so I got another 1,000 to go. And because this was a lazy day. This was a day when I was just not going to do a whole lot. And so normally I get 8. But today I know I'm going to get my 5 that I asked us about. Let me share this with you. I pray it's a blessing to you. I originally was going to come to you in Joshua chapter 1 verses 9. But there was something, and it was an amazing thing how I never paid attention to the number 3, because the conversation that is happening between God and Joshua is actually the 4th day. But he's telling them to prepare for 3 days. Because within 3 days, something's going to happen. Now, yeah, I'm feeling it, but it's a good feeling, so I'm kind of cool with that. But let me read it. Can I just read it? I'm going to read this to you, and I'm going to see if it jumps out at you like it jumped out at me. Then Joshua commanded the officers of the people, saying, pass through the camp and command the people, saying, prepare provisions for yourselves, for within 3 days you shall cross over this Jordan and go to the promised land which the Lord your God is giving you to possess. I hope you catch this, because Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is 3 days. Okay, all right. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is 3 days. Hey, Sandra. Joshua tells the leadership. Yeah, it is cardio. God knows it's cardio. It's cardio. Joshua commands the officers of the people, commanding them. And here's the thing, even with this new workout that we're doing, and I try not to be so forceful with it, but I found out that if you allow people to be to themselves and to not actually be giving a mandate but an option, they will always opt out. So I'm sure in the midst of everything that's going on, due to the fact that Moses has died, and for the number of years that Moses had been the leader of the people, that's the only person they listened to. And if we know the history of the children of Israel, they didn't always listen to him. And so now Joshua has stepped up into a leadership position. He hears from God clearly and wants him to know that the same way that I was with Moses, I'm going to be with you, Rita. And so in the midst of all of this, after he gets his instructions, because God now, and this is something that everybody's got to deal with when it comes down to professing that which God has pronounced for you to pronounce. There will always be some level of opposition, and that's where verse 9 becomes prevalent in the mind of Joshua, because he says, I commanded you, number one, this is not an option for you. I told you to do something. And when I tell you to do something, what I tell you to do has to be translated into what the leadership needs to do. Because here's what has to happen. The leadership must also speak the same thing as the leader. Okay. I wish I had a couple of people that are catching where I'm coming from. The leadership has to communicate because the leader has been given a command. And because the command has been given to the leader, a command is given to the leadership. And I need us, Latoya, to catch this and to understand this clearly, that after the leader has received the command, then the leaders are to command the people to prepare themselves. Oh, because see, you cannot go into a blessing and you're not prepared for the journey to get there. Look at what it says. It says, prepare provisions for yourselves, for within 3 days you're going to cross and go over into the promised land. I want you to get this for yourself. And I heard this from Noel Jones. I heard this from Dr. Jamal Harrison Bryant. I heard the things that they said about how God takes us to a place where all of our revenue and resources are exhausted, so that we recognize that it's just Him and not your ingenuity and not your mental capacity or your ability to manipulate things so they come out the way you heard they're supposed to come out, and you've done all you could to put your hand in it to make it come out your way. And so once the command is given, you must remember that now they must possess something 3 days before they possess it. You have to walk in it before you walk in it. You've got to live in it, Shahila, until you live in it. You've got to speak of it before it speaks to you of its existence. And the reason that you do it, Minister Rhonda, is due to the fact that there is a succession of instructions that are given. One, the leader had to be strengthened. The leader had to be encouraged. The leader had to be directed. And then after the directives have been given to the leader gives those directives to the leadership gives those directives to the people. And the word is not the leadership's word, but the word of the leader. The leader says, in 3 days, we're going to possess the land, but the journey to get there, you're going to have to make some provisions on your own. Oh, Jesus. Because the land that I have promised to you already has what you need. But because you are not there yet, you must prepare to go through what it takes to get to the promise, because you will not have to provide for yourself once you get there. But until you get there, you need to be prepared for a 3-day journey. In 3 days, you're going to cross this Jordan. In 3 days, you're going to possess the land. In 3 days, it's going to be yours. But until my provision kicks in, you better learn how to provide for yourself and be prepared for the unexpected. That's all I wanted to say. Read that for yourself. Joshua chapter 1 verses 10 and 11. You read the whole thing all the way through there. But it just leaped out at me because the 3rd day experience is already there. The promised land is already promised and guaranteed. My problem is I need to make sure that I have what I need until we get there. I say this all the time. There's a God part and then there's an our part. And what we've got to make sure that we do is we never get the two mixed up. Listen, y'all have a great evening. I look forward to being with you in the morning as we worship. Let me share it one more time. We will be streaming live from the lower fellowship hall because it's just too cold for us to be outdoors like that. But we also have extended a new opportunity for those that want to come to the church. You can be in the parking lot. You can be in the gated parking lot. The lot that normally is used will not be open, or the field that is normally used will not be open because the ground is too soft. But the transmitter that we use, and I tested it out Friday, the transmitter that we use, because you can go to 107.9 on your FM dial when you're within the proximity of the church, whether it's in the gated parking lot, whether it's on the street, or whether it's in the parking lot on the side of the sanctuary. No matter where you park, you will be able to hear the worship service crystal clear. And I know we missed the fellowship. I know we want to be able to see each other. And so here's what I'm saying. Come on out and share with us. You might not be able to see, or you can be on your phone. Now, you've got to remember there'll be a delay. You can look at us on your phone or your tablet or whatever the case may be. But remember, you can go to 107.9. You'll hear us crystal clear. So listen, whichever way you want to do it, you can stay home in your pajamas in the comfort of your home. You can put on your glad rags, as the OJs used to say, and then you can come on out and share. And we look forward to the Lord doing what he knows how to do best. And that is to bless the people who bless him through their sacrifice. Listen, gotta go. Love each and every one of you. Thank God for each and every one of you. We bless the Lord for each and every one of you. And we are believing that God will meet you at the point of every need in your life. May God bless you. And oh, don't forget, you get another hour, so don't be late. You ain't got no reason to be late because you're going to get a little extra time. Listen, may God bless you and may he keep you is our prayer.